Good evening. My name is Janan Maharaj. And today I'm joined by Swas Chaturgun as Pamantla Potelezi. And today we are going to demo our Robot Walls presentation to you. This is just an overall view on how we got the project done and how we moved forward in creating it. I am now going to hand you over to Swas to demo section A and section B. Yes, so I will be showing you all how we got all of this organized, our GitLab from our wiki to our presentations. So I'll just be showing that to you all now. Present. So this is our repository. This are all the files that make up our program. We have our library, our source, our makefile, our Docker file, and our pom.xml. This is basically our structure of our program. This is how we structured everything. Also, we added a README file to demonstrate to the new users how to properly use this entire program. Also, how we sorted out our different tasks and issues was we used milestones and issue boards. So milestones is basically how we divided up our iterations between iteration 1, 2, 3, and 4. We only had 3 iterations, that's why we don't have anything for the fourth one. But if you click on iteration 1, we can see that it brings us up to all the issues that were in that particular iteration. And if we go to issue boards, we can get a better perspective of this. See, everything right now was either in ready showcase or closed. Now, if we go back to our milestones, we can see exactly what those issues were. All these issues were solved during iterations. That's how we sorted them out. And we're also in our repository to make sure that the users were able to use the program and knew exactly what to do is we included a few things. We included a second. We included a makefile. And the purpose of a makefile is a script used in software development is to automate the compilation and execution and other tasks involved in building a software project. The primary purpose of a makefile is to define dependencies between various components of a software project and to specify how these components should be built. Makefiles are particularly common in projects written in languages like Java, Python, C. They specify rules for compiling the individual source files, linking them together, and handling other tasks like cleaning up generated files and such. And then that's this here is our makefile. We also included a pom.xml that basically hosts all the dependencies of our project. Like for the pom.xml, the main thing was project configuration, project dependencies, build settings, and project structure. Also the profile and environment specific configuration. It allows the definition of profiles to customizable builds for different environments, meaning a Mac OS, Linux, a Windows system will all vary towards the same thing. Now I will be giving the project on to Devil to present section C and D.
Good afternoon, Ms. Amanda. I'm going to present section C and D. Definition 3. So in section C, we're talking about data placement in the system, which is known as DPMS. In our presentation, dive into the pivotal role of data placement in the system.
Can you present the slides?
That's cool. Then the data placement in the system is known as DPM. In section C, our presentation dive into the pivotal challenges. On issues like data inconsistent and redundancy, emphasizing how it would be centralized data storage, enforce integrity, and enhance capability. We discuss key features like data modeling, control, and security in commercial database management system, illustrating their significant in resolving data management issues. Also, it's interesting furthermore, we shed light on the advancement scope of database management system type, including relational, object-oriented, and document-oriented database showcase their unique characteristics and use cases. Additionally, we explore DPMS and use a tool outlining their capability in data query reporting and visualization, while acknowledge their limitation in customization and scalability. Our presentation delved into specific database access requirements, and objective for our project, emphasizing efficiency, data retrieval, transaction management, and data integrity in maintenance. We showcase we design database structure that adhere the third normal form, which is QLF, ensuring optimal data organization and integrity through primary foreign key consistency. And finally, we discussed the critical performance factor and key relational within our database structure, underscoring the importance of primary and foreign keys consistently in maintaining referential integrity. We conclude by emphasizing the holistic approach to database management, encompassing user required structural design, and this is also key to evaluating the skill implementation and data management application. Let's explain to our presentation showcase that seamless integration of SQL within our program design. SQL query for efficient data management. The SQL code present that is highly understandable, ensuring clarity that is of comprehension. Moreover, we demonstrate the utilization of SQL functionality to optimize query, enhancing performance and scalability. Additionally, our demonstration high SQL functionality that enhance code readability, facilitating maintenance and further development. We emphasize the nicely of each table to an SQL query. Their role in retrieving crossing database while presenting data integrity, method of accessing data from our program. Okay. Method of accessing data for our program are meticulously outlined, ensuring streamlined data retrieval and manipulation process. That's an answer sheet. Furthermore, our presentation showcase the effective use of data sharing within the application, fostering collaboration and data consistency across multiple user and process. We dive into underlying technologies that rich database and website enabling seamless data exchange and synchronization. Additionally, meta-linked web page to backend. Proprietary applications are demonstrated, ensuring a cohesive user experience. Then lastly, our demonstration underscores the importance of commented code, enhancing code maintainability and fostering collaboration amongst developer through clear and concise comment to ensure that the logic and functionality of our SQL code are easier understandable by both current and future code replacements. Then I'll hand it to Mr. Maharaj, section E.
Yes, that's me, Mr. Maharaj. Could you stop presenting and reach the mic level? Sure. So now I'll be presenting section E and F, and then I'll also take you through some of our design process afterwards. So let me start presenting this. So, section E, evaluating test execution and database verification in software testing. So our demonstration meticulously executes the operational steps outlined in the test plan, ensuring comprehensive coverage of program functionality, input data specified in the test plan in precisely utilizing during testing, validating the program's behavior under various conditions. Any deviation from the test plans are documented with clear explanations, maintaining transparency and facilitating effective troubleshooting. And by this, what I mean was during every step of development, what we wanted our robots to do within the world was we prepared tests for those. And everything that we could not cover, we documented in our issue boards that I've shown you previously. Like, for example, if one thing could not work, we put that on the issue board, get this sorted out. So we have like a design process on how we're going to solve that issue. Next, we adhere to the standards and procedures specified in the test plans for both initial testing and retesting, ensuring consistency and reliability in our testing approach. By this, I also mean that once we did testing for a certain functionality, we didn't remove those tests once it was done. We kept those to ensure that the whole basis was covered. The demonstration showcased the testing of program logic parts, identifying and addressing potential vulnerabilities. Furthermore, errors identified through the testing of database accessing using SQL are systematically eliminated, guaranteeing data integrity and accuracy. By this, we mean that we reflushed whatever is in the SQL database to ensure that it's getting tested properly. For example, is once a world is created in the SQL database for testing purposes, once that test is done, that specific world is then removed. Through rigorous testing, we verify the database access functions seamlessly in the required environments and performing according to the specified requirements. Records for all tests executed during the testing of the program are diligently maintained, providing a comprehensive overview of testing outcomes. Variations from expecting test results are identified. What reasons provided were available, enabling targeted corrective actions and continuous improvements and continuous development. Our demonstration ensures that recording results can be reproduced under the conditions, facilitating reliable testing and validation processes. Results are recorded in a structured manner, allowing for easy review and analysis to drive improvements in the application testing process. Throughout the testing process, we adhere to organization policies and procedures, prompting consistency and alignments with industry best practices. Now I'm just going to show you all a bit of the SQL database and how we use the query tools Yeah, this is our world.do. So this is one of the SQL commands, and this is how our SQL database is set up. This is how we are setting things up. We are initializing this using a query tool and just creating the database to store the commands. Now back onto the presentation. Section F, evaluating documentation consistency and design adherence in computer program presentations. So what we wanted was to have a proper design process because there were a lot of things to accomplish and we didn't want to get confused on who's doing what, how we are doing what, and how we want to get things accomplished. So our presentation showcases documentation meticulously crafted according to the pre-created design, ensuring consistency and adherence to established standards. Each documentation component is carefully presented in alignment with the predetermined design, prompting clarity and coherence throughout the documentation. We identify whether the documentation was created consistent with the computer program being documented, ensuring that all aspects are accurately presented and reflected in the documentation. Additionally, we assess whether the documentation was created according to the design outline and the specific outcome, plan and design documentation for a computer program to agreed standards, ensuring alignments with predetermined specifications. Our presentation meticulously structures documentation in a sensible manner, facilitating easy comprehension and navigation. We define the program specifications has been met within the documentation, providing clear links between program functionality and documented features, ensuring comprehensive coverage of program specifications. And I will just give you a rundown on Git and how we did that. Back onto the milestones and issue boards. So if we go to a specific milestone, let's say for iteration 2, halfway through the development process, we can see our completed issues. How we solved this was we had the bulk issue, which was launch the robot, move forward, and then we then compartmentalized this and sectionalized it, saying, okay, for move forward, we have scenarios, different inputs that the user could make for our test coverage, because we want it to be as dummy-proof as possible, where the user can input many different things and still receive a considerable outcome. So we did that in scenarios where for move forward, we have scenario 1A, 1E, 1F, 1C. And now I'll show you our tests for our program. Here we have the client-side test and the server-side test, testing different functionalities on both the client and server side. So as you can see, I'm now going to run the test. Cool. Our top 3 challenges: communication, Git, and time. The biggest challenge was communicating with a team of 4. As we are trying to become new developers, it gets a bit harder trying to manage a bigger project. You know, also communicating with the team, who's doing what, how we're getting things done, and also like the time management between the team itself. Like, when are we supposed to get things done? When are we supposed to talk? When are we having a meeting? How do you move forward? And then we also had to learn how to use Git, sort out documentation and code in the proper development environments, not just going onto our code editor and writing code, but documenting things, having different scenarios, different issues, milestones, repositories, different Git commits to ensure that the code is in working order, and our time. our timeline was scrunched. That was also one of our issues. And yeah, that's it for our presentation. I would like to thank both my teammates for helping out with the project. Thank you. It's been Lena Maharaja.
Thank you.